everyone, to the Hideaway Sessions. How you all doing today? We got a great band with us who is no stranger to the Factory Underground. We've got Similar Kind.
Woohoo! Hello.
Hey.
Welcome, guys. And not only do we have you, but we also have some very special guests here as well. The Factory Underground Tech Summer Camp 2024. How you guys doing? Yeah, like that. All right. So what's the first song you guys are going to play for us?
The first single that we will be performing for you today is called Search Party.
That was awesome, guys. So have you released that track yet?
No.
Unreleased.
Cool. So you guys been touring a lot, right? This past 2023 into 2024?
Yeah.
All right. Has there been any specific things or special places that you found that you wouldn't have thought you'd like as much, or any venues that you really enjoy or recommend?
I think my favorite place to go to when we go on tour is probably Chicago. I feel like every time we play Chicago, there's always a really good crowd, and the venues are always really cool. Yeah, what was the name of the venue that we played in Chicago last time with Hockey Dad? I don't remember what it was called. Lincoln Hall. That venue was really cool.
It's not just about the places either. It's about the people, too, that we meet, like the bands that we become really friendly with, like Post-Sex Nachos this past year, Carpool Tunnel this past year. Love those guys. And we still have a connection with them.
Great. How have you found that community been?
Pretty cool. Like, I don't know. We kind of we see the reels that they're posting now. Are like, oh, look at this guy doing something funny. Oh, we could do that in one of our videos. Kind of like borrowing content in a way, you know.
It's kind of like
future shows,
a summer camp kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like being with people for so long, especially people you don't know, and then you spend 2 to 3 weeks with them, and you kind of see them every day. You kind of either become friends or you just or else it doesn't really work. You don't become friends.
It's nice having friends in a lot of different places. It's so nice when they come on tour and people will and we'll be able to see our friends and bands on tour, and then we'll go on tour and we'll stay with them or whatever. So it's really nice to have different pockets of community around the country, which is something I feel like I haven't had. You'll have friends that live far away, but I don't know, it's really cool that in different states now we really have even if not just bands, but often many familiar faces in each place we go to.
Cool. All right, so why don't you play another song for us? What are you going to play next?
We're gonna be playing Face to Face.
Wake up on your couch, the TV still on. That purple city looks so pretty till I realize I've gotta go home. Peel myself off it, and the fog dissipates, and I start to remember we won't be together. And all of a sudden I'm in the worst state. I've been denied, and I've been shamed. You're the one person who's ever listened, the only one who's made me feel safe. Face to face with the pain. I don't wanna go. Please don't take me home. And you say it's gonna be okay. I don't wanna go. Please don't take me home. Reliving the hard past is why it's distressing and so depressing. Bringing back memories of hearts made of steel. Sob on the drive back, missing what I've lacked. 'Cause I'm always alone and it's crowded at home, and I go through again what I went through before. Face to face with the pain. I don't wanna go. Please don't take me home. And he said it's never been that way. I don't wanna go. Please don't take me home. Used to cope in dangerous ways. Now when I want to, all I see is your face. For both our sakes, I hope I can stay strong with the pain. I don't wanna go. Please don't take me home. And I say it's never gonna change. I don't wanna go. Please don't take me home. And you say it's gonna be okay. I don't wanna go. Please don't take me home.
Sweet. So as we mentioned, we got some students here from Factory Underground Tech, and they've been listening, and they've been getting some questions. They might want to seek some advice and learn a little bit more about your sound and stuff like that.
What's up?
Yo.
So, so how did you guys figure out what kind of sound you wanted to do as a band?
We still don't know. No. No.
We figure it out as we go, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like when we started, it was more like of like a not trying to be a thing specifically, because when we started we were just playing covers, but they were like a bunch of random different genre covers, and that was a very different lineup back then. And then I think like as time went on, all of our very different tastes kind of came together to become a thing. But we had an issue where like a lot of our songs were kind of really different stuff. Not to say that that's necessarily an issue, but it took a while to like find our sound. And not to really say that we've even fully found it yet, but I think it's been just more of like
Trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error, and like trying to understand what we all really like what all 5 of us can really like, because we all really like lots of different things. But I think, though, not trying to like pick a thing to sound like is awesome, because, you know, then it's like more original, I would guess. So I would say, like, you know, finding to help, you know, for someone to find their own sound, like trying to find a blend of your own influences rather than like trying to be like one specific thing.
Yeah, because I don't know, if you try to be somebody else, there's already that person. Why would somebody listen to you if you sound just like another artist? So trying to
Right,
be
because
your own thing.
when I'm like, you know, trying to make music, it's like trying to, like you said, trying to like make your own sound while listening to your people you are influenced by. And pretty much I kind of try to make every single genre except country. I don't really touch that. But another question, how did you guys like form? Where did you meet?
I think Jake should tell this one.
So one day they all came to clean my house, and I was playing piano, and Julia just started singing. And I was like, wow, this girl could sing. And then I had an acoustic guitar, and Ben started playing it, and I was like, wow, this is cool. And then Miles was like, I played drums, but there was no drums, so he just started hitting my piano really hard, like it was a drum kit. And then, yeah.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
And your room was so messy, we had to clean it up.
Yeah.
And then Nate just showed up 25 minutes late. So.
Okay. What kind of music do you guys like listen to be influenced by?
I would say the stuff that we all listen to. So I would say the most time we do a lot of listening of music together is probably when we're on tour. And I would say we listen to a lot of this French pop funk kind of band, Ellen Pertiste. We listen to them a lot when we're on tour. We listen to Michael Jackson a lot together. Joe. We listen to
DJ
Joe.
O.
Like Steve from Stranger Things. We've been ripping his last record a lot. I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of stuff. Like Julie was saying, we all kind of have various different influences that kind of come together. And people are always sending songs, stuff like, check this out, listen to this, I like this. So
Yeah.
A little bit all over the place.
Yeah. I feel like a lot, at least from my perception of things, I feel like Prince listens to like all music. I feel like you listen to like so much music. I listen to a lot of stuff, different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to listen to more like R&B type stuff. Yeah. And you listen to like the same stuff for like 10 years in a row.
He listens to the same 4 songs.
But it's all like Rush stuff. But it's sick as hell. And what else do you listen to?
Nothing. I only need to listen to Rush to understand music. No, I'm just kidding. I also do love Michael Jackson. Let's see. I love Dream Theater. Also, growing up, that was a big influence for me, especially on drums. Yeah, they're really good. They're really cool. I grew up really loving Yes, too, actually. They're really cool.
Dude, Roundabout is so good.
Roundabout is amazing, yeah. I wanted to learn that bass line so bad. I grew up a lot on Coldplay and the Gorillaz, too, actually. There's a little one off from there. I love those guys. But right now, like, if I had to think about who my favorite artist is right now, there's just a blank. There's a blank.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Donovan.
Thank you. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
What up? What's going on?
Sick shirt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I was wondering with the drummer, I saw you got an acoustic kick drum, but everything else is like electronic, and I was wondering like, how does that work? The setup.
This
like,
is my.
where did you get the sounds from, and what's that process like? Is it any different from like a real drum set?
It's nice and familiar, actually. There are a few differences in terms of like pedals and stuff. This is my first time actually trying out this setup, but am I still in there? I don't know. I could play. I don't know if this is going to come in on the audio, but I have a kick, a snare, and a hi-hat on the 3 bottom buttons. And then the top 3 buttons are usually like loops or some melodic stuff. But a little bit easier to just put a regular pedal acoustic kick drum in there. Also a cool blend of MIDI and acoustic sound, so I could hit you with a... It's also a little bit easier to play because I have to sacrifice some hi-hat or snare notes to also hit the kick drum at the same time. But it's super cool. I wasn't as comfortable with it today, but Definitely something I want to try out more for writing songs in general in the room, kind of stripped down, really nice. This SPD SX also comes separately with a foot pedal for hitting the kick, so that's something I'm going to look into in the future.
Yeah, that's very
yeah.
Cool. The sounds they sounded like very nice.
Yeah, it's
well
cool.
with the kick. I was also wondering what rehearsing is like as a band. Like, is the scheduling difficult? How often do you guys meet up? Just kind of how that works.
We meet up average about like twice a week. So we try to do like one night rehearsal, and then Sunday is our day kind of thing,
Yeah, we
blocked
usually
out
do the whole
rehearsal. I feel like a unanimous thing among all bands that we will talk to is that it is like somewhat difficult to coordinate 5 people's schedules. But yeah, we make it work.
We keep it pretty consistent, so then there's no like questioning of like what day are we meeting? Or
Yeah.
when do we meet?
Yeah.
And then usually when we have like tours and stuff, we'll double up, triple up sometimes for like 2 weeks before we leave. We practice a lot though.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're not practicing, we'll just pick random days and meet up. Like I live with Miles, so we're always talking about the band stuff and doing music.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Ooh, yeah.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
what's up? I just want to ask a couple questions. How do you guys like go about writing your songs? Like, what's your songwriting process?
Well, every time I go to sleep now. I think it varies from song to song. I think a lot of times, or recently the way it's been going, it's been like sometimes we're all in a room together, or a couple of us are in a room together, and we usually will make like, I don't know, there's someone has a chord progression or something, and we'll kind of just start messing around with it. And then everybody will start playing, and they're like, "What are you doing? Hold on, let's figure it out." And we'll all just kind of like, we'll all just kind of like, "That's really cool. Keep doing that." And then it's kind of slowly start to build, maybe like, I don't know, a chord progression kind of looping for a while on something, and be like, "This sounds really cool." And then either that's in Logic or that's actually in the physical room together. And then Julia will either take the bounce of the thing that we made in the room on the on Logic, or when we're practicing the voice memo of it, and we'll write to it and then come back either the next time or after a couple practices, come back in, and then we'll be like, "Hey, I have this," and sing over it, and then we'll kind of keep building around that and just keep building and building until we think like, okay, this sounds cool and like a song.
Cool.
We've been like, I feel like more lately it's been because we used to just kind of write the song and then like in, Ben's garage when we would rehearse years ago, and then we would just show up to record it. But now we've been doing it where we've been like making the demos of the of the songs first, and then now before we're going to record them, we've been trying to play them in the room, which has been a weird reversal of like writing that way, of first writing in the box and then writing and then taking it out of the box. And that's been an interesting adjustment, but I think that's been that's allowed it to have like a lot more freedom in who can write what, because if it's a demo first, then anyone can write. Like Ben will send like almost fully like a demo that has all the parts of it, not saying that he wrote everyone's parts for them and sent it, but it's like it can have all the pieces to it, and then like he's playing the keys in it and whatever, and Jake could be like, "Oh, I love that keys part, like I'm gonna play that." So it's cool because it allows us to like all kind of intermingle, which I think has been new and fun and interesting.
And we all do a lot of swapping. Like there's a bunch of stuff that we've been playing where like Jake will play guitar or bass or keys, and Miles will play a guitar part, or Nate will play a guitar part, and we're all kind of just like, "Oh, that's sick, you came up with it, play it." Like it doesn't matter who's playing what. It's kind of like sounds good for the song, so just do it.
It's awesome. Also, how do you guys like handle like if someone wants to do one thing and another person wants to do another thing in a song? Like, how do you handle those creative differences?
We fight to the death.
That is a good question.
That is a really good question.
Yeah, well, we
Bottle
go
it
by
up.
this theory of the rules. And the rules, it means when we try both options and we see how they sound, and then we vote on what we think sounds better. Or they'll both be really bad, and then we have to try something else, which is also usually what happens sometimes.
And
as
that
well.
person who had the bad idea will hold it till their grave.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of too like somewhat of like a I'm gonna put this kind of abstract, but I feel like it's somewhat of like an energetic thing where it's like if someone comes in with a thing and they're like really feeling strongly about it, other people, like then that holds a different weight coming in with a thing being like this, rather than someone coming in. Like we had a rehearsal the other day or yesterday, or I don't know, whatever, talking about a new part to one of the songs that was like very different. And Jake came in saying, I'm completely unattached to this. So if you guys like don't want to do this, that's cool. And so I think that's that's like us in a lot of the different ways of it. Is like being unattached to it. But if someone's unattached, it's easier to, say, oh, well, I don't really like that, because they're like, oh, okay, well, I don't really, like, I'm just putting this thing in their hair and whatever happens. So yeah, it's also a lot of like figuring out like if someone's really passionate about it, or if two people are, or whatever. It's like definitely an interesting like emotional kind of thing. Like it's a lot to do with like conflict and conflict resolution and I don't know, communicating. It goes deep, but it's good. It's cool. It's very cool.
Awesome. Just one more question. How'd you guys come up with the name of your band? Because I like the name, Similar Kinds. It's a cool name.
God. I honestly hate telling this story. I want to come up with. I never come up with like a good one for it. It's like, I don't know. One of our old band members was watching a TV show, and in the show, one of the characters says to another character, "We're of a similar kind," and then he texts me being like, "We should call the band Similar Kind."
But the context that I learned though of that was that it was in Dexter, and it was from Dexter saying it to another serial killer. So that's kind of dark, I think.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that before.
I wish we had a better one. I wish it was like, it's because we're all different, but we come together to make music.
Just put that second one in.
That's fine. That's interesting.
Cool. Thank you.
That'd be sick.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
I just got one question. What do you hope people will take away from your music?
I feel like Miles has always. I feel like you talk about this a lot.
Yeah,
you do.
Probably first and foremost, I guess, enjoyment. And then to be able to empathize with the story. And to kind of like, from hearing these songs, this is kind of like how I view music, that I like that. Next time I hear some Similar Kind song and it reminds me of a time in the past that I really enjoyed, or music that'll make me nostalgic for the time that it came out and that I was really listening to it. I also would love to inspire people musically. Like if somebody wanted to like play drums to a Similar Kind song, because I was always playing drums to songs that I loved the drums on and stuff too. So I guess there's a few different levels of it, for a musician, to be inspired by the music that we make, people to empathize with like the lyrics and the story of the song. And, it helps them get through certain times, if it really hits home on them, or, it just helps them to relax, have a good time. And then the up top layer, just straight enjoyment, just basic enjoyment, to want to be able to be like, I can't wait till I can get to the car and, put some Similar Kind tunes on.
Yeah. I feel like taking it a little more lyrically for me is like, I want to like, because it's hard to identify and put emotions into words. And I want to do that in a way that people can listen to it, whether or not they have been through the exact same thing, or even like I feel like there's so many songs that people relate so heavily to, but then the songs say like kind of an opposite thing to the thing they relate to. But it's more about like putting that emotion into words than the thing that the person's saying or writing about specifically. And I would love to like, I feel like that's my biggest goal as like a lyricist, is like getting being able to do that so that then people can like understand their own emotions better and like, I don't know, relate.
Do you find yourself wanting to value lyrical content more than like melody or anything like that?
I think it's so an important like marriage of the two. It's like so, yeah. I mean, because it's for me, because it's what it's like my part of it. I mean melody as well, but like melody is a pretty way to say a thing, and the lyrics are like me or like what, like a thing, like, whoever it is, it's them, like, or it is a thing, like, so yeah, I feel like lyrics are the thing that I put more weight on, but melody is definitely so important, because no one, but the melody, like an accurate melody is so important to how the lyrics come across. And then if the music, the music does so much emotionally for the lyrics either. And you can have the best lyrics ever, but then if the music is not doing the thing that supports the lyrics, then nobody's going to get it. So it's definitely like such an important combo.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, guys, what's the last song you're going to play for us?
Nobody Loves You.
Seaside, the waves touch our ankles at high tide. Been best friends since my dog died. The moonlight shines down like a spotlight, like a spotlight. I think the people around you are haunting. They laugh and they joke when I'm walking. Nobody loves you like I do. Nobody sees what's going on. Nobody loves you like I do. Nobody sees what's going on. Tonight, I'm losing you, it doesn't feel right. Stay up way past midnight. Keep tossing and turning to morning light, to morning light. So what? You're leaving me, wait, just hold up. I really wanna cry, little grown up. Feel like this whole thing's blown up. Nobody loves you like I do. Nobody sees what's going on. Nobody loves you like I do. Nobody sees what's going on. Nobody loves you like I do. Nobody sees you like I do. Nobody loves you like I do. Nobody sees what's going on. Nobody loves you like I do. Nobody sees what's going on.
Thank you guys. Thanks Similar Kind for being here at the Hideaway Sessions, and the Factory Underground Tech students for asking such great and insightful questions. That was awesome.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so happy to be here.